What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We've just started a series entitled Dear Syss, where our main focus is how you can steward your season of singleness so you're better able to see yourself more clearly. When you're able to see yourself clearly, you're better able and better equipped to choose a partner more wisely. If you've landed here, I hope you had a chance to check out the first video where I give you step 1. If not, go ahead and check that out before this so you can watch these in sequential order. In this video, we're going to be going deeper. Our focus will be around step 1, and we're going to look at how you can tangibly implement the system, the system. So step 1 is all about the exit. Moving away from things and people that no longer serve you or create a benefit in your life, but rather they detract from your relational experience. And we spoke about why this is important. It's more challenging to step into something when you're surrounded by remnants of the old. That includes certain old habits and proclivities that are probably ignited when you're surrounded by the same old people in the same old environments doing the same old things. And you're wondering, why aren't things working out? Saying to yourself, well, I said I wanted something new. I even declared it. I put a Bible verse next to it. I put it on IG. I told my best friend things were going to change. Yeah, but did you stop and take a moment to reflect on how and where you've been digging yourself into a hole? Have you taken stock of what life looks like on a monthly, weekly, and even a daily basis? Or are you just going through the motions? What are some of the things you've been engaging in regularly that maybe don't have any initial consequences, but over time, the more you engage with it, the more it impacts you emotionally? I mentioned in step 1 about taking a look at some of the hidden things, the seemingly insignificant, the subtle, under the radar things. And that's where we're going to spend the majority of our time exploring today, because it's in the hidden and the subtle that you'll uncover most of what you need to know about how you've been showing up and how you've been presenting yourself in life and relationships, and why you've been getting what you've been getting. So when we talk about being able to implement the system, our focus begins with inventory maintenance. It is through inventory of self where you become aware of what's in stock as well as what's at stake. The technical meaning of maintenance involves functional checks, servicing, repairs, replacing any necessary parts that help the thing, whatever the thing is, function properly. When your car goes over a certain amount of mileage, you take it in for a maintenance check. When things need restoring or resetting in a building, you contact maintenance. Same thing with your love life. And I'm sure for some of you, you've gone several years with that check engine light on, and at this point, it's not even orange anymore. It's kind of borderline amber alert. I'm just saying. So when we're planning to go through our personal inventory, where do you think is the most important place to begin? Exactly. Updating your Tinder bio, obviously, right? Just kidding. If you followed step 1, you've already got rid of that, right? Well, our most important place to begin is with your beliefs about relationships. Your beliefs inform everything from how you show affection to how you participate in the relationship. If there are certain designated roles that you commit to, all of it is part of what you believe to be true, or at least what you believe to be the way it should be, and so you operate accordingly. For the sake of going deeper, I really want this to sink in for you. Let's say you have a belief that a good relationship should just be easy flowing, easy going, and there should never be any arguing or fighting. Well, a result of that belief might be that you go out of your way to avoid conflict. Maybe you find yourself always conceding on valid points that you raise, or you constantly choose to be passive, not wanting to rock the boat. Let's say you have a belief that relationships are hard and marriage isn't worth it. How do you think that plays out? A result of that belief might be that when you're in a relationship, you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. When are they going to mess up? How does this thing end? It might look like whenever you experience even the slightest challenge or inconvenience, it's being blown out of proportion because, well, it has to be hard. And then there's always the affirming self-talk of, see, I knew this wasn't going to work. How about this one? There's no fish in the sea for me. All the good ones are taken. I mean, look at my track record. I'm probably just meant to be alone. How do you think holding that belief influences your demeanor and your receptivity to being approached and even receiving love? Probably a huge influence that keeps your walls up and your heart guarded, right? Better yet, how might you be viewing yourself if you believe that you're meant to be alone? Do any of these sound familiar or look familiar to you? some of you, you might be looking at your phone saying, yeah, I've said that before. For others, you might not have said it, but you've thought it. And then there are some of you who might not have said it or consciously thought it, but you live it. Again, it's in the subtle things that get rehearsed and confirmed over time that become some of your strongest beliefs. And the results and outcomes in your life are largely made up of your strongest beliefs. So what have you been believing about relationships? And who told you? And if no one expressly said anything, what have you bared witness to that had you believe something about relationships? And if none of that rings true, what have you experienced firsthand that had you believe something about relationships? And when you're done considering that, I want you to then ask yourself, just because they told me so, or just because I experienced something firsthand, does that belief that I've been holding on to have to be true? For any of the beliefs that you currently hold about relationships, whether I mention them here or you've got others, if the answer is no, then congratulations. You're one step closer to being able to more clearly see possibility for yourself than before you first started watching the video. So let's recap. First step is exit, leaving the old season behind in order to fully experience a new season. Isolating yourself in the dating scene, putting an end to the casual and non-committal conversations that you have with people just to entertain yourself, to feel validated and wanted, and really put this time aside to focus on you. Okay, how do we implement the system? Well, inventory and maintenance with a focal point on belief systems about relationships. And then what's the goal there? Well, the goal is that by uncovering some of the beliefs you have about relationship, you can have a better understanding of why some of the outcomes have happened the way they've happened. And if the belief hasn't been working, then let's change the belief. It's not set in stone. Your beliefs about anything can change at any time if you choose. I want you to write this down. Your experience may qualify a belief as a fact in the context of that moment, but it doesn't make it the truth. Your experience may qualify a belief as a fact in the context of that moment, but it doesn't make it the truth. What do I mean by that? Well, you may have had an experience, and based on that experience, you created a belief. Whether it was a belief about that thing, a belief about the other person, a belief about yourself, whatever it is, it's now a part of your belief system. And your belief system is your vetted opinion and trusted source of information of what you think to be accurate. So your belief that was created by your experience is only accurate based on your relationship to it in the context it was introduced, but it doesn't make it true. You look confused. Would an example help? So let's say you had an experience. Let's say you've been looking for love for the past 10 years and you were cheated on in every relationship you've ever been in. Based on those experiences, let's say you created some beliefs. So you created a belief about the thing. Belief. Relationships will always come with pain and devastation. You create a belief about the other person. Belief. All men are no good. You create a belief about yourself. Belief. I am not enough. Now, let's say over time, these three beliefs have found their place as part of your belief system about relationships. This is now your vetted opinion and trusted source of information that guides you in this area. And here's the thing. There's enough emotional distress that makes this feel pretty accurate. There's enough evidence that makes this feel pretty factual, but it's only accurate and factual based on your relationship to it and within the context that it's introduced, but it's not true. Will relationships always come with pain and devastation? No. Are all men no good? No. Are you not enough? No. Now, have you ever seen someone on a date introduce themselves like, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I believe this relationship will cause me great pain and devastation. I don't think you're good or will be good to me, and I don't think I'm enough, but we'll see if this relationship can prove that wrong, but it probably won't. Well, I'm hungry. I'm thinking of getting the lobster. What about you?" Probably not, right? We don't present or vocalize our beliefs, but it's always highlighted in our actions. And when we're able to identify the belief, it's no longer unconscious. And the hope is that then you'll be able to make an empowered choice to change your thinking, which will change your actions, and that will change your outcomes. All right, that's it for this video. If you like what you see, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can see when I upload something new. Until next time, folks, I love you. God loves you more. Peace.